Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the full power gauntlet basically for Gotenks. So this is against Gotenks, but for the Z power for Fierce Fight Majin Buu. So this is the full power battle gauntlet. For those of you who have not done them before, essentially you'll select 4 units from your own party. The AI will control 3 of them, and you'll have to beat a boss, very similar to hyperdimensional co-op, although with some twists. And basically once you do, you should get some decent rewards. Slot removers, Z power for the Fierce Fight unit during big celebrations, it's usually currency. There's a lot of stuff. So beyond that, obviously, let's discuss, for lack of a better term, my team build, or how you should build your team. So obviously battle bonus characters are very important for selection. Battle bonus characters will have increased damage, which makes your life a lot easier. In terms of the units I'll be selecting, the units are all available from events. Now the current events for second form cell are not up, but you can grab a lot of these events, or a lot of these units, from free to play events, or you should have them. A lot of them are general banner units that just get added in every time you summon using tickets or no tickets. So it's a pretty straightforward system. Now obviously you should use the highest battle bonus characters you have available. So please make sure that you're not just copying these units, because I'm trying to show you the lowest possible team you can run. Make sure that you're rather running the highest possible team you can. That's always going to make your life substantially easier and just better in general. Now of course, in terms of everything else, it is pretty straightforward. I don't think there's anything too wild in terms of the full power battle. Obviously guys, please remember a couple tips and tricks before you start the full power battle. Remember to use comrades where possible. Those are always going to be able to help you out, and they give you a nice little sizable power boost. Secondly, as well, remember to always check your gear for your units. You can always upgrade your gear to give yourself a bit of a power boost as well. I highly suggest putting health gear on the units you're not controlling. They sometimes struggle to evade the AoE attacks of the boss, just due to the AI being super funky. So I would highly suggest that you add HP gear, as it's probably going to help you out the most in terms of keeping your units alive. And keeping your units alive does matter, because it will contribute to the amount of damage that you're able to do. So it is rather important. With that being said, make sure you choose your supports, and also level and soul boost your supports as well. It's also very crucial towards how good you do in the game. Once you've done that, it's pretty straightforward. You'll have your 4 allies, or your 3 allies and yourself. I highly suggest in this scenario controlling the Fierce Fight Majin Buu, and then basically you will attack Gotenks. Now whenever the shield's not up, it's basically just a free for all. It doesn't really matter too much. Just kind of go with whatever you want. You will find these attacks that have these kind of little yellow glowing bars around them. Highly suggest that you keep these attacks. The main reason being is these attacks will help you to break the boss's shield bar that will spawn at a certain point. So it's very, very important that you keep that shield bar, which you'll see now. After the boss evades, they'll have the shield. You want to use all out attacks in that situation. As you can tell, I have obviously skipped the time ahead, because I wanted to cut out the 18 billion minutes of fighting. But at this point you want to use your all-out attacks. Definitely try to time them so that you can get them on time. It's obviously super duper important. You want to use both the strike and the key attack, and you can hold both at the same time. It's super important that you get perfect as well, because it does actually affect the damage quite a lot. So it's 25 taps for the key blast, and then it's perfectly timed for the other ones. The Rising Rush you will want to use immediately, but make sure you use any special attacks beforehand, as that's going to be better and more increased damage. Once you fire off the Rising Rush, it's just a Z symbol essentially, so it's pretty straightforward. And yeah, that's going to be the large bulk of your damage. If you don't manage to knock the boss out during this phase, then you are going to have to obviously do it again. Now, if you don't knock the boss out of his shield, the big issue or the big problem you're going to have is that he will do an AoE attack like such that will damage you and your units a lot. One nice thing though is if you do get it, you get a buff to your card draw rate and your damage right off the bat, so you end up doing even more damage. So it's important that you do get him basically knocked out. Although it's not the end of your run, as you can see, I actually managed to make it, so we managed to kill or defeat Gotenks, I should say. And yeah, it was tough. It took a long time. I think I went through like 3 phases or something, which is a lot, like, considering. But yeah, it was genuinely, still possible. Obviously, once you defeat him, you'll get Z power for Buu, which will then increase his power. So that's pretty cool. And then you can move on to the next difficulty. Now, I will be covering the first 2 difficulties as always, just basically rehashing this build for this one for people who don't like to watch longer videos. And yeah, that's basically going to be it. So I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.